guys, this is Sophia with Kamikaze Kiwi, and this is the first episode of 5 on Friday. So this is going to be a little bit different. It's not going to be quite the review. What I'm going to do is set a timer for 5 minutes. Whenever the timer goes, it's over, even if I'm mid-sentence. It's supposed to be more of a conversation though, so I would love to hear your opinions and your thoughts down in the comments below. So let me get my timer going. And we've started. So you may have noticed too that I don't have Booth Babe and Ninja Tony with me now. That's either because he's gotten a lot better at his ninja skills or he's not here. I'll let you guess. But speaking of ninjas, I love Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I grew up with it. I had all the colorful VHSs. My dad works for Burger King, so I have, present tense, a lot of the toys still. My favorite is Raphael, but honestly, every single character of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles was relatable to us as kids. We all had a different favorite. And then one man who probably thinks that he's like some sort of genius, came and ruined our childhood, and that man's name is Michael Bay. Now, I understand that Michael Bay, like, I don't know, like, he has this obsession with, like, grotesque hot girl scenes, and I can kind of get over that. I am totally appalled by his, like, borderline racist stereotypical humor, and I am super creeped out with his, like, obsession with, like, barely legal girls. That is... it is cringeworthy, and I hate it. But he always makes excuses or reasons in it in his movies. Now, the first thing that he does is use weird laws. Or he, like, disguises his softcore porn scenes as artful shots. Or says, how are robots and morphed animals a race, so how can it be racist? I understand all that, and I don't like it. But you know what he never apologizes for? Bad science. And there is no better example of just sheer willful ignorance of bad science than in his 2014 Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie. Now, you might be saying, Sophia, I don't know exactly what you're talking about. Most movies have bad science. And you know what? That's kind of true. But a lot of times you're dealing with science fiction or theoretical science. And I'm going to give a shout out to Matt Pat over at Film Theory because he talks about this a little bit. A lot of it. It's his whole channel. But this science is science that we know. It's almost wholly based on science that we already know and understand, and more importantly, methods that we know how they work. And if you look at it scientifically, it puts a humongous dent in the entirety of the movie and the entirety of the Ninja Turtle universe that Michael Bay has made. And that is the centrifuge. Now, in the movie, what they do is they take samples of the Ninja Turtles' blood, they put it in a centrifuge, and they separate the mutagen from the blood. That's not how centrifuges work. The way that centrifuges work, if you don't know, is that it spins the apparatus at a very high speed with whatever liquid sample that it has in it. So that centrifugal force makes the denser material go to the bottom of whatever container it is, usually a tube, and the less dense, lighter material to the top. You see this most with blood samples, where all the red blood sample will be on the bottom and the platelets will be on the top. Now, this is such a common machine. Any sort of doctor's office, medical lab, 8th grade, like, science classroom has a centrifuge. Now, the reason why this doesn't work is because earlier in the film, we were told that the mutagen, like, morphed with the DNA, actually mutated the DNA on a molecular level, which means that it wouldn't become denser. It is the red blood cells themselves. So that would mean that their big plan isn't to mist the city with the mutagen, it's to mist the city with the turtles' blood. Because you cannot differentiate the mutation from the red blood cells because they're one and the same. So this creates a couple of really gross questions. So A, was your plan really to mist the whole city with a bunch of blood? And B, is it not really a mutagen? Is it a disease? Now, there are blood-borne diseases, AIDS being the most well-known of them, possibly. That being said, unless this was more accurately a virus and not a mutagen, and you were doing something like an HIV type thing, this wouldn't actually spread. It would be really gross, but it wouldn't do anything. Or B, we never talked about it, but their blood has the ability to mutate things, which means that any time that they were to bleed on any living thing, plant, animal, human, you name it, it would have mutated it, or it would have given it temporary superpowers like a la Hulk blood from the movie with Edward Norton kind of a thing. But that's never ever talked about, and it's never explained. So what is their plan here? Oh, time's up. In conclusion, Michael Bay has the maturity and intelligence of an underachieving 13-year-old who didn't pay attention in science class. Yeah, I think that's about it. Anyways, thank you so much for watching our first episode, my first episode. You don't know if he's here or not. He could be here. You never know. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. As I said, please comment down below. I'm sure I'm going to put links somewhere to other things that I do. If you noticed at all today, I am wearing one of my glitter controller necklaces. You can find that on kamikazekiwi.com. And that's it. Have a great weekend!